Welcome in, everyone. We are back with the conclusion. Well, I don't know if we'll get to the end today, but the conclusion of I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. We're close. We're very close. We are, I think, in the last year or in the second to last year, or something like that. There's only a little ways left to go, and we are trying to depose Lum so we can stop all of his shenanigans. We have the votes. It's just a matter of what we do until Vertumnilia. And here we go. Here we go. This is where we're at stats-wise. Mostly physical stats heavy with some, surprisingly, mental stats and some social stats. In fact, I was hoping to do like a social physical build, and it's just not how it worked out. We're still dating this man's. This is the man's who's dating us. And he's lovely. He loves coming home to us, you guys. We make it worth him being in the colony still. Which is pretty fantastimagical in my book. It is early pollen, and our dad is alive. He does not care for the war, and now we're back where we started when we left Earth. And he's not liking it. And I don't blame him, because I don't like it either. And here's our mom, who's also still alive. He is gonna get us killed. Yep. I'm trying, Mom. I'm trying. Trying to stay alive. For my parents, who I saved. Mars is doing well. We're gonna make her the next leader. Yeah, you might be able to get by with item boosts in a different run, but it turned out that I just like skill gaining. I'm a beast at it. It's fine. Yeah, she hates this place, and yet she wants to be in charge of it. She wants to be in charge. Rex is doing pretty good. He's doing pretty good. We are coming in for another hug, of course. Of course. Where are we? We've almost maxed him out as well. His other bestie, Nami, is doing well. We're not quite as good of friends with Nami, but that's okay. We're working on it. Tammy has had the first baby in the colony, and she's fantastic and our bestest friend, and dating, aka attached to the hip to Cal. There's definitely no sense worrying about the future, Tam. And then we have Cal over here, who is so happy to be a dad, and also our very good friend. And loves his lunch. I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't love lunch? Lunch is delicious. We have Tanj, who is once again our bestie, and she's doing science. Whether it's good science or bad science, we don't particularly know offhand, though we suspect from a previous life that it's not good science. This jerk is still a jerk, and he's still the bottom of my friendship list. But we saved Nem from him. See, not dating anyone as far as we know. Not dating anyone. We saved Nem. She does not have to date an asshole. Also, I encourage rushing perception because I need to enjoy running around exploring without having to do all the encounters. It's better not to do that and to build perception as it comes, but this was more fun since you won't be doing another stream run. Well, it's not that I might never do a stream run, because there is the 8-hour stream option in my channel points for those that have the capacity. And the person who gets to pick who clicks that gets to have a large say on what I play for those 8 hours, which will come in 2 4-hour chunks on the same day, because I'm not crazy. I'm not going to do 8 hours at once. My voice won't take it. I mean, I stream for 3 to 4 hours and my voice starts to go by the end of it. Like, you guys, I can't do 8 hours like the way I do my usual stream. So, it's not like I will never play this game on stream again. If somebody desperately wants it, it will happen, but I'm not gonna do... I have another game or two lined up. Ad is about to hit people, just FYI. You're saving for VIP reward, Mr. Scrake? You'll get there. You'll get there. You are quite a VIP in my chat, regardless of whether you have the tag officially. But yeah, we have to figure out what we're doing right now, because we have all the votes. We have them all. We got them all. I am running low on collectibles. I suppose we could do a collectibles run. We've not cleared out nearby or the plains. I believe the valley is also ready. Actually, we've not cleared out anything this year because we haven't been. So we could definitely forage in the valley for some stuff. Hit the swamps up for more of its events. Let's see, the swamps give us animals and combat. We don't really need the animals, but the combat we could do with. We could get more engineering from the ridge. We've maxed out biology, so this doesn't do us any good. We could get bravery from exploring nearby as well. We've almost maxed out bravery. Hi, Plague. Welcome in. You're ready for May 13th? Yeah. That's when the new Pally update goes down. Plague! Thank you for gifting a sub to Mr. Scrake. Welcome into the non-ad zone, Mr. Scrake. From our dearest friendo, Plague Doctor Man. It's gonna be good. New updates in Palia are fantastic. But we could do other things. Like bravery, we've almost maxed out. Organizing is getting pretty close. We could actually put some attempts into reasoning and have something going on there. Toughness is pretty high. We could go play sports instead. Which I think gives us bravery anyway. Does it? I don't remember. Let's go look. Yeah, bravery and toughness. We could just go play sports ball. I've tossed Sims 4 to the side in favor of Palia. I mean, that's fair, Winterfairy. I do the same. Like, I will go and, like, obsess over Sims 4, playing Sims 4 in my downtime for a while, and then, like, 2 weeks later, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Yeah, you've gifted 10 subs. You crazy, crazy man. I mean, you are my #1 subber, basically every week. So congrats to that. We could check in with Chief Ret. I don't really want to. We're maxed out in relationship with Sim as well. We're just friends. Like, maxed out with everybody except Nami, Rex, and Vase, and we're nearly maxed out with Rex. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do is the thing. Toughness, I should go to Geoponics for. I could repair robots, I suppose. Robots. Get some empathy in medbay. I'm gonna repair robots. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna repair robots. It's fine. Though you could literally talk to Congruence anywhere, you meet her in the robotics workshop. Security Chief Ret has briefed her on what he needs. Greetings, Rin. I have some ideas on how to disarm the alien array, or, as Security Chief read it, how to tear this AI freak show a new asshole. So evocative. She giggles. Professor Hal walks in from the garage, wiping oil off his hands. Ah, Rin is here. Are you here to learn how to build a bomb? Exciting. I haven't done this since my rebel days. He turns to Congruence. Isn't that right, milady? You be the brains, I'll be your hands. Rin, stay and pay attention. You'll need to know how to install this thing. I'm ready to learn, Professor. Apparently, we're building bombs today. Congruence does most of the work, but Professor Hal builds the hardware and a universal connector. Oh, it's just like how we met. Congruence coos and Hal laughs uncomfortably. She transfers her artisanal, single-batch, handcrafted organic virus into the payload hardware. It's interesting that the array lacked the basic security to keep you from discovering it, Congruence says as you're waiting for the virus to download. I was designed to repel hackers and attacks from other corporations. System security was a high priority. Humans on Earth were predisposed to being malicious due to the brutality of their environment. What are you to the humans of Earth? The array is to me, she continues. You were designed for humanity's peaceful ascent to the stars. The array was designed to maintain order in a naturally disordered planetary ecosystem, to repel chaos from without, not within. I don't believe the array will have the capability to defend itself against an intelligent foe. You don't know exactly what to expect when it comes time to plug this thing in, but Congruence runs through some possible installation scenarios. Wow. No worries, Plague. Please be safe in your walk home. Hi, Broccoli. Welcome in. Always happy to have you here. Afterwards, though, the planet really will be on its own. No guardians maintaining equilibrium, no legacy of a failed civilization, no attacks by brainwashed animals. Just nature, as it should be. The payload is in your hand. Time to return to Rhett. I didn't actually tell him about any of that, so I don't know how I ended up with this, but here we are. Cards with gems are wild. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna do this. Then I'm gonna do this. And then I'm gonna do this. Actually have no gem cards, so we're just gonna do that. Yeah, I stumbled upon the Faceless Lab in the swamps and they learned enough from it. Yeah, no, you're right, Broccoli. That's the only explanation, but it's like, when did we already come up with blow the lab the hell up? Like, we kind of already blew that one up. I don't understand. It's fine. It's fine. It's just, I'm sure there was, like, some sort of event somewhere that I probably could have, like, transitioned into this through, but didn't, so it's fine. It's just funny. But I have the ba-bomb. I didn't give Rex his birthday present. I'm the dumbass. Well, I'm the dumbass. It's fine. I just have not had enough of my, coffee, clearly. Just gonna talk to everyone. Cal is standing in the middle of the garden looking out towards the walls with a critical eye. Almost 9 years here and we still haven't figured it all out, he says, then sighs. I tried, Rin, I really did. I still think there's hope for peace with the aliens. I just wish other people thought so too. Well, I would like to depose, a certain asshole. Oh, she's, trying to keep busy. Okay. Nami! Oh, I couldn't give him a present yesterday. That was the problem. I can, however, help him build something. So I'm gonna. I'm coming in for another hug first. His hugging is important, and then we're gonna go talk to his bestie. Quality assurance, right? You know what my hammock needs? Asks Rex. An automatic snack delivery system for when my hands are busy. I was thinking, if I hang a big barrel of cookies up here, he continues, pointing to a gnarlwood tree nearby. I could use some ramps and pulleys to bring the cookies over here. He gestures to his hammock. And they could just roll right into my mouth. I mean, he's pretty high. It's a bold plan, and it involves a lot of twisty-turny ramps, gears, levers, swinging arms, and more. It's probably a lot more complicated than it needs to be, but it is hilarious to watch Rex push a button and send a cookie ricocheting down a chute and eventually into his mouth. The ground is littered with the cookie detritus of failed runs, but Rex is proud anyway. It worked perfect, he says, his mouth full. Thanks for the help. Oh, lovely. If I go to the swamps once or twice, I can get another special ending. I got this one on my base run when I went to the swamps for the first time. I've been to the swamps like a couple of times, actually. Alright, Nami. What's up, friendo? Because we hit 60, that's why. You're about to challenge Nami to a game of Laser Fable, but you notice that they seem kind of down today. When you ask what's up, they just shy and scuff their feet in the dirt. Rin, what do you want to be when you grow up? A hero or explorer. I just want a peaceful, average life. That is what I want. I just want a peaceful, average life. Do you have any idea how hard it is to, like, save the day all the frickin' time? I just want a peaceful, average, happy life. I mean, for the first time across my runs, not this particular run. That's fair, Broccoli, that's fair. I was just commenting that I'd been to the swamps a couple of times in my run, this current run. So we'll see what ending I get eventually. But yeah. I just want a peaceful, average life. I've done this. I've done this. I don't really want to be in charge, which is why I'm voting Mars in charge. I do have an idea. I want a peaceful, average life. Alive. Who says that I have to grow up? Yeah, exactly, Trav. Wow, it's so cool that you already know what you want to do, Nami says in awe. What's that like? I've been thinking about what I want to do with my life, but I just don't know, Nami says, pouting a little. I thought that being here would mean I would find something I'm good at, but everything I try just sucks. It's boring, and I'm not good at anything except drawing and writing. Before we landed on Britannia, I thought I'd end up doing whatever was assigned to me, Nami continues. We had this duty roster, right? And I figured I would keep working in the canteen, and then I would spend the rest of the time playing holo games and making up stories. They frown. I've peeled a lot of potatoes. But since we landed here, I've been talking to Mars, and she's real serious about the idea that any colony worth living in needs to have artists and writers like me. They touch their fingertips together. So I was thinking, what if I really did follow my dreams? Nami perks up a little just talking about it. I could be a comic book artist, or a hologram designer, or a writer. Oh, I could be anything as long as I get to make stuff that people like. What do you think, Rin? Well, it's true that we need to focus on survival first. But it's going to take Nami a while to get good at all of that stuff. And Mars isn't incorrect in saying that we are poor in culture, because as a colony, we are poor in culture. I kind of want to support Nami's dreams here, because I have every intention of making sure that she gets to do that. They get to do that. They're they, them. They are a monarch, not a queen. What does chat think, though? Give me your thoughts, chat. You know how much I love to hear from you guys. Like, all the freaking time. No thoughts? Head empty? Okay. I see where chat is today. We need artists. Someone has to make life interesting, and if all goes horribly wrong in our next life, we'll just give different advice. I mean, that's fair, Trav. We need them to create stuff. We do. But do we urge them to be practical is the thing. Nah, the colony needs people like that. Do you really think so? Nami exclaims, holding their hands to their cheeks and popping one foot off the ground. Oh, I'm so happy! Did you know that in ancient times there used to be people called bards whose only job was to tell stories? They continue. That sounds like the best thing ever! You're right, Nami. It is the best thing ever. I have played many a bard over the years, and I agree. So yeah, we're just slightly more friends with Nami. It's great. Alright. Boyfriend of mine. I'm sorry that you wish you had blown up the wall, but honestly, it really doesn't make a difference. I will take care of myself, Dad. Thank you. Mom, how you doing? Oh, it's a day of jumpiness. I went to engineering. This is animals and empathy, biology and organizing, biology and toughness. But this is like just toughness. Like I could just toughness. I don't know. Should we shovel dirt for Mom for a little bit? We're far more skilled for the shoveling of the dirt. It's cool that we can still do it, though. Maybe I'll just go pick up resources. I need sticks. Go into the valley. No, I don't need anything in the valley. There's stuff in the swamps, though. I could get combat. Nah, we'll explore nearby. We'll get bravery. Mars will drive the colony into oblivion if she will not get her dose of entertainment. I mean, you're not wrong, but at the same time, assuming she keeps to having the correct advisors, she will be fine. Honestly. Eggy. More eggs. More eggs. Steak. More steak. Hey. Sim nods as you approach. Just the human I wanted to see, he says with a solemn smile. The Overseer would like to speak with you again. Oh, okay. Sim leads you to the same cave as before. Nothing has changed, and you get the impression that nothing much does change here. You place your hands on the handles of the array and wait. We have thought over our conversation. You feel the Overseer in your mind. We considered that symbiosis may be corrupt and in need of reabsorption, but his affection for your species is genuine. So we have an offer to make you. Humans wield godlike powers, but lack the capacity to understand the consequences of their actions, the Overseer explains. You have no connection to the land you claim beyond the short, brutal window of your own consciousness. Our offer is this. We will not eradicate your colony. Instead, you will be tended to, just as gardeners tend to the rest of the planet. You will be given fresh water, clean air, and good soil, and be protected from outside harm. In exchange, humans will stay within their colony and limit their population growth so as to maintain the balance within the habitat. You will not leave this territory to procure more resources. You will cease all hunting, logging, and expansion outside of your valley. What, like a human nature reserve? More or less, the Overseer responds. You are a curiosity to us as well as a sentient species. We would like to preserve you without endangering the ecological balance of the planet. Now you will go and convince the others of your species to agree to our compromise. Do we take the deal, guys? It's a hell of a deal. If we agree to this and stick to it, perhaps in the longer term we can make other deals, but if we don't, they'll keep sending stronger and stronger forces. I kind of wish that there was an option to, like, actually have a back and forth negotiation on this. They have taken our words and have decided something, like we're children. There could be a far more complicated, but probably much more reasonable compromise that could be made if they were willing to negotiate. Mars isn't in charge to make a decision on this either. But Trav has a point. This could be a step forward, even if it limits us for a time. There could be renegotiating down the line. You know, if we put in our good behavior for long enough. I guess we're trying our best here. You say you don't know if there's a way to convince Governor Lum to agree to this? The Overseer seems to accept this. An envoy will visit Inglosi's and discuss it formally, it replies. To be clear, an armed envoy. We suggest making yourselves look non-threatening by then. Sim gives you a slight smile. It seems like it went well, he says. I fought hard for them to consider options other than eradication. I'm glad my trust in you was correct. As Sim leads you back to the surface, you quietly wonder at him. This man, or rather this ancient artificial intelligence, resembling a man, has pushed his directives to the limit to help humanity. His interest started with mere curiosity, but over time he's come to love humans and value your survival. Has he made a mistake? Yeah, we're gonna overthrow Lum. Mars will be much more reasonable. I wish I could tell you that, but since I just got out of that conversation, could you help me calm down? I think I need it. Thanks. That was stressful. There is a branching path that will give me probably a couple more collectibles over here. Ooh. We're gonna take that one. Well, we're not gonna attack it. That's silliness. We could eat some snacks while we watch, though. Yay. I mean, we scared it away, but it's fine. No stress, no stress. Alright. Let's do the boss event and enjoy our time here. You've spent so many days and weeks exploring, some days you feel like you've seen it all, although you haven't gone very far from the colony. You have your favorite places and you're heading to one of them right now. You like it because it's thrilling to get there. We're gonna work on bravery, but this card becomes a 3. That's still a first round of a 41 though. So this card becomes a 3 and wild. Alrighty. I don't want this card there. We're gonna do the Botathon challenge. And just win. Because it's fine. Get some bravery in. You have to cross a fallen log over a deep ravine to get there. Today you make it across, controlling your fear and walking steadily without shaking. There it is. Yay! You arrive at the orchard of bobber fruit. The sweet citrusy smell wafts from the red fruits as it bounces enticingly up and down at the end of long branches. You check carefully for animals. You've seen a territorial bush bub here before, but looks like the coast is clear. You can pick and eat at your leisure. Nice. Alright, let's go home. That is all we wanted to do. Got more bravery, almost maxed out bravery. Nice. Late pollen has come. I know. Dad! I will take care of myself, Dad. Thank you. Mom. I am taking care of myself, Mom. I promise. My parents are worrywart today because I was out with the survey teams yesterday. Mars is just hating her life at the moment, but Rex, I got hugs for Rex. Gotta get my hugs in. Nami! Yeah. Even with everything going on, you are fantastimagical, Nami. Tammy? It's gonna be alright, Tammy. Cal? I know. I agree, Cal. I agree. Tangent. Yes, you have such wonderful visions of what it could become, but, do we have any right to say any of that? Hey. You're a jerk. I don't even know why I clicked on you. Nem! Yeah, I got your back, girl. I'm gonna finish off bravery here. With sports ball. We're just gonna have some fun, okay, guys? I'm glad you had a lovely walk, Plague. Welcome back. I appreciate you being here. Ad break in about a minute for those that's still relevant to. Just FYI. Well, make sure that you dry off afterwards and get into some dry clothes. Plague, I don't need you catching sick again, okay? You're on your way to the sports ball pitch when you literally run into Nim. She's dressed for combat training, her long curly hair tied back into a no-nonsense braid. Oh, she says, holding you at arm's length and checking you over to make sure you're okay. I didn't see you there, sorry. Aren't you coming to sports ball practice? Nim laughs, and stops when she realizes you're not joking. Oh, you're serious? Aren't we a little old for a sports ball? She says, looking incredulous. I mean, it's fun and all, but it doesn't mean anything. It's just a game. I'd rather be training for the defense force. She marches off down the hallway towards the garrison, leaving you to contemplate your choices in life. Oh, girly, we are not too old for this shit. This is de-stressification. This is fun. This is having a good day, you know? I don't have a 7. But this is now a 7. Actually, no, that becomes a 9. We'll do this. Super gold up the wazoo. Is this because our team lost the game you were in? Probably. 19 years old and she already has a complex about needing to be useful. Good job, Nem. I know, it's terrible, Plague. But it all stems from her childhood trauma of losing her brother. Oh, we've maxed out bravery. Cool. Cool. Early dust. Soon we shall destroy Lem. Lem is going down. You're a jerk. Fuck off. Yeah, you lost your arm in a stupid accident of stupidity. I know it. Stupid man being stupid. No, it will not, Tanj. You need me for that. Nami! You're already thinking about your next game? Heck yeah. Have a pretty crystal, okay? You're welcome, Nami. Her birthday is next month. Tammy. Tammy is sitting in a big chair in the lounge. Echinacea passed out on her chest with her fat little legs and arms splayed in every direction. Tammy looks up and gives you a tired smile. I don't know what to do, Rin, she confesses quietly. Sometimes it feels like everything is terrible, and I look at her little face and I'm just so sad that this is the world she's going to grow up in. Tammy sighs and strokes her hand through Echinacea's hair. We're supposed to make the world better for our children, but it's all I can do some days just to put on a smile for her. This is the sad reality, even in our reality. Making the world a better place is very hard. Well, I got you a stick, okay? And also, hugs, my man. Almost maxed. Almost maxed. Ooh, pretty flower. Hey, boyfriend. I'm glad you love coming home to me. He calls me beautiful. I love it. What's going on, Mars? Mars is talking to a sharply dressed soldier. You watch her lean in and brush a bit of lint off her uniform, looking up at her with a flirtatious smirk. You cough, and Mars sees you. She straightens up and gives you a businesslike smile. Hello, Ren, she says. Verbena and I were just talking about how the soldiers' quarters are starting to leak. Just terrible waking up wet, she says, and Verbena laughs awkwardly. Was there something you needed? Mars asked. Oh yeah, terrible to wake up wet. Absolutely terrible. Just the worst. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Oh no, not the hop kittens. Damn jarheads. Hey, Dad. Mom is an incredible lady. I am so happy for you that you found the love of your life. Mom? I absolutely agree. Thank you for fixing the irrigation system, Mom. You are the best. We will not die of starvation because of you. Okay, let's see here. Toughness is close-ish. Organizing is close-ish. Creativity is close-ish. We could do some more creativity. It's pretty late in the game for it, but we could. Let's help in the kitchens. Your parents are really lucky. They ran off into space before they were in love. It could have gone badly. Well, that's not true. They met on Earth. Our dad was pretty much crushing on our mom back then. They got together for practical reasons and then turned out that they were absolutely in love with each other after that. So as much as they don't officially count themselves as being in love with each other until after getting on the stratospheric, they were on their way there prior to leaving Earth. They just were in the, you know, crushing pining stage before that. It's fine. They realize how lucky they are to have each other. Believe you me. If your dad dies and your mom lives, she takes it far worse than your dad because she refuses to talk about or acknowledge her grief. I mean, she refuses to talk about or acknowledge how she lost her leg or what she did as a rebel on Earth. Plague. She's just really bad at processing emotions. And it's probably a good chunk of the reason why the twins' mom gained a drinking habit. Not gonna lie. Also, through dialogue I've heard in the game, the Stratospheric had 100 people on it at the beginning of the voyage, which is less than you initially thought. Yeah, that is 100 people on the Stratospheric, plus all of the genetic samples that they brought with them, which did survive. That is a tiny gene pool, though. The Heliopause didn't have... I think the Heliopause was a bigger ship and had a bit more people on it. You have to remember that of those 100 people, a good handful of them were children and babies as well. So the Stratospheric... if they had 100 people at the beginning and then they had babies on the way for, you know, in the 20 years on the way, they probably were up to about 120-ish. It's a very small gene pool. And a very small labor pool, which is why when we got to Vertumna, everything is just like freaking out, because the expectation was that the ship would arrive intact and be able to land and, you know, have all of its supplies intact, and then that's not what happened. They crashed. So, people died in the crash. People died after the crash. The labor pool shrank very quickly. The Helio probably had more, lost a lot going through the wormhole, so I know Tangent doesn't want to donate their genes to society, and they definitely don't have to, but, you know, every person counts. Yeah. It's a whole thing. Anyway, let's help in the kitchens this month, because we'll help set up for Vertumnilia, okay? Well, apparently we're getting the option to work in the bar next month. The new bar that Rex built is lovely at night, and during the day it's a nice quiet space to sit and work or study. You meet Dr. Instance there drinking a cup of blep tea and looking through a schedule on her holopalm. She runs a hand through her hair and mumbles, "The stress in the colony is out of control." You think she's just talking to herself until she looks up. "Every day more people come to Medbay, just looking for someone to talk to about this anxiety and their bad day, and I don't have time for this. I'm just gonna keep listening." Yes, Plague. I can't be expected to do everything around here. I have no training in mental health at all, and who else is going to do it? The toll it took on Counselor Besk. We didn't know that the burden was killing her. Dis and Tangent don't have a mother, just because people couldn't... Dr. Instance catches herself, realizing with alarm what she just said aloud. I shouldn't have said that, she admits. The stress must be getting to me, too. Ah, no, you think? Dr. Instance turns to consider you. You are good with people, aren't you? She takes a sip of her tea and grimaces. You know what we really need is a good barista. Make tea by day, serve alcohol by night, and listen to people who need someone to talk to. If you want the job, just walk to the other side of this bar and start making tea. God knows the kitchens couldn't brew a decent blep if life depended on it. She makes a face at her cup and pushes it away. So, what's your damage? Instance gives you a stony look. I'm afraid my secrets died with Besk. Focus on other people. It's a better use of your time. Ooh, spicy. I did the same thing last time. I just like her answer. Alright, this card becomes yellow. Easy. I win. Lots of creativity, some empathy, some kudos. I mean, we're already maxed with Tammy, but why not? It is Vertumnilia! It's time to overthrow an asshole. Let's go! Governor Lum enters the colony square to his customary bombastic fanfare. Brass band, red carpet, banners with the Heliopause logo snapping in the hot dust breeze. It's disgusting. The governor gets his usual tithe of applause from die-hard soldiers, but it's obvious how tired and fearful everyone has become in service to his war. You catch Mars's eye and she nods in solidarity. You've planned this for so long and now's your chance to strike while everyone is watching. If you can get the entire council to speak out against Lum today, maybe the rest of the colony is ready for change. Anyone is better than Lum, even a teenager. The governor raises his hands for silence, though it's largely unnecessary. Pioneers of Vertumna, he begins. We stand here today, not shivering and quaking in fear, but with our hands around the neck, he makes a ringing gesture, of the planet herself. Before he can continue, Mars leaps up from her seat and runs to the front of the stage. A ripple of fear goes through the crowd. You all remember what happened to Utopia last year. It doesn't have to be like this, she cries, speaking to the crowd. We don't have to listen to him. He's just a bully with a gun, like the ones we left behind on Earth. Oh yeah, we're going to the stage. We are going to take this mofo down. You put yourself between her and Lum's honor guard. She flashes you a giddy, grateful smile and turns back to the crowd. She points to the governor. This man has made you think that the only way to survive is through violence, she says. He's just a soldier, and not even a good one. Violence only makes small, weak men feel powerful. She turns to the council. He's not powerful. We're powerful. We broke free of Earth. We broke free of war and bigotry and inequality, and we can break free of him too. Please, she urges. Stand with me, reject Lum, and bring in a new era. A colony led by someone born among the stars. She holds her hand to her chest. Me! I can lead this colony. Governor Mars is the future. The buzz of the crowd is deafening, like a swarm of bugs all chirping together. Some of the council members are nodding, but it isn't unanimous. This is bullshit, Lum laughs. 2 children saying they can lead the colony. What's their first order of business? Taco Tuesday? Soy sweets for dinner? He waves his hand dismissively. Have your stupid vote, he sneers. We'll let the council decide. Out of the corner of your eye, you can see his guards with their weapons lowered, just waiting. Some of them look as interested in the change in leadership as you are. If you have the council behind you, even Lum's supporters in the military could fall in line. You might just win. The council stands to deliberate amongst themselves, and one other person too, Udicott. The former governor is unsteady on her feet. She looks at you and Mars, then nods. You see her exchanging words with the council. The council deliberates, and you and Mars clasp hands and tensely await their decision. Yee! The council shuffles off to the side and deliberates. To your relief, they come to a decision quickly. They must all be unanimous, or the centrists of the colony wouldn't rise against Lum. After a minute, Instance looks up from the group and shouts, "Someone get that man off that stage!" Lum starts to laugh, but stops when he realizes that his own honor guard is coming up onto the stage to cart him away. Wait, he says, as his arms are held behind his back and he's taken off stage. "You can't do this! I'm the governor! I'm the leader of this godforsaken colony!" You search the crowd for any hint of dissent. The soldiers are uneasy, but everyone else just looks tired and relieved. You can't believe that all it took was a few kids to point out the obvious. The council returns to their positions, and Instance remains standing. "We've decided to reward these young patriots for their bravery by accepting their bid for leadership," she says to the crowd. "On a trial basis." She gives you a meaningful look. "We're pleased to recognize our new governor." Instance turns to Mars. "Marzipan." We did it, you guys! We made Marzipan a governor. The fuck did we just do? Is this a good idea? I don't know. We'll find out. Mars shrieks and jumps up and down, then gives you a big hug. "We did it!" she squeals. "We really did it! Thank you, Vryn!" Mars releases you and waves at the crowd as they cheer her name. She looks overwhelmed, but bursting with happiness. Seek shuffles forward and directs Mars to place her hand on her chest and repeat after them. Mars swears on her honor to act in the best interests of the colony and to uphold the tenets of the Vertumna group. Peace, understanding, and harmony with the planet and each other. Not just for herself, but for generations to come after her. It's official. Lum is old news. You won. Okay, Mars, here's the first order of business. We're gonna sound weird, but in Glow, you need to go and be diplomatic with the alien government. Yes, there is one. Exactly. We have a chance to fix things and maybe, just maybe, negotiate our way into being permanent members of the planet. Like, whew. I mean, we knew it was in the bag. We had all the votes, Broccoli, but like, it feels good, man. It feels good. The two factions of the colony regard each other carefully. On one side, those who went along with Lum out of fear, either of him or of Vertumna, are cautious, unsure of what to do now that their leader's been deposed. On the other, the peaceful faction can't quite believe their nightmare is over. Mars sees this and directs Lum's military band to start playing something festive. "I know we've been through a lot, but we've been through worse," she says. "Tonight, let's just enjoy being together again. Let's eat and dance and celebrate." After the politicking is over, the crowd adjourns to the feast tables and, eventually, the dance floor. The sun sets on the long day, the heat breaks, and the party continues well into the night. Whew. After the festivities, Mars gives everyone 2 whole weeks off for a much-needed rest. She spends the time meeting with every colonist individually, and it does a lot to endear her to the people who are still hesitant about having a teenager as a governor. I mean, she's almost in her 20s, you guys. Like, she's not that young anymore. Still young, but not that young. And she has a body of older advisors to help her along her way. It's not like we've never seen a young ruler thrive from having a solid advisory body underneath them and backing them. So, She's not exactly going to be just the face of the colony, a puppet, or anything. And it's Nami's birthday! Right? I got that right? I did get that right. Tammy! Oh, Tammy still has concerns, but it's okay, Tammy. Mars is in charge now. She's gonna take care of you. Happy birthday, Nami Nam. I have a present for you. Have something fun to tinker with. Happy birthday to you indeed, Nami, my friend. You deserve all of it. Tangent, how's it going? Of course you weren't sleeping. You would never do anything like sleep. Your eyes were dry. I know, it's dust season, it's fine. Nem? Yeah, there's so much to do all the time, but we got this, Nem. We got this. Hey, asshole. Guess who just saved the colony from your dumbass lum? Oh, you're still an asshole. Sad. Rex, I just went through a very stressful thing. Can you give me some hugs? Thank you. His hugs really are the best. Governor Marzipan, how's it going? The sweetest bean there ever was. She is really sweet. Remember, guys, to hydrate. Give yourself a pat on the back because you're awesome. I do genuinely and sincerely think that you guys are wonderful and that I appreciate you being here. And whether you're here live with me on Twitch or here in YouTube land, enjoying the space after the fact, I appreciate you. I heart you so much. You guys are the best. And you matter. I believe that with all my heart. Because if 2 teenagers can take over a fictional government, I feel that every single one of you guys are just integral to the health and happiness of my own life, and hopefully I help with yours as well. Serious Heart Hands is my favorite gif. Look it up if you haven't seen it. I love that gif. It's the best. You get a summons to report to command, to Mars's new office. Ooh, look at her. Damn. She's spectacular. Dang. You find her reclining in the captain's seat, formerly Governor Lum's chair, idly flipping through notes on her holopalm. Mars waves away the holoscreen and leans back to consider you. Rin, she smiles. Just the rebel I wanted to see. But first, you're not going to lead a mutiny against me now, are you? Better stay on your toes. Mars laughs and stands to give you a hug. I would expect nothing less from you, darling. What a queen indeed. I have a feeling that she's going to encourage the development of a serious fashion industry. I mean, Mars is the future, like Broccoli said. She turns and looks out the window overlooking the colony. Actually, I called you here because I haven't had a moment to myself since Vertumnilia. We knew Lum was a real piece of work, but every day I seem to uncover yet another problem he was just letting fester. And the department heads, she huffs. Half of them treat me like an interim governor, good enough to oust Lum, but not enough to stick around and do the actual work of governing a colony. Well, we'll do what we can in the time we have. Mars frowns. I guess you're right, she sighs. It's the way this colony operates. Just survive until the food runs out, or until the animals finally destroy the colony. Just survive until we can vote out Mars. I don't want my time as governor to be just about survival. She gestures you to come look out the windows at the bustle of the colony below. I just wanted to thank you for everything you did to get me here, she says seriously. Far below, you watch a team gearing up to head out on an expedition. There's construction happening on the next phase of residential units. A group of toddlers, the first children born on Vertumna, across the colony square like a herd of hopi. Everywhere you see the bustle of a thriving, healthy colony. It's all mine now, she says. Instead of sounding boastful, she seems almost scared of the prospect. She takes your hand without turning to look at you, her eyes still trained on her kingdom. Can I trust you to help me? She asks. I need people around me who believe in me, but will still tell me if I'm making the wrong choice. You can count on me, Mars. She squeezes your hand. Thank you, Rin, she says. I'm glad I have you. You and Mars watch the colony a little while longer until Mars's holopan buzzes and she sighs. Well, duty calls, she says. Thank you again for all your help, she adds as you excuse herself. You'll always have a friend in high places. Damn skippy I will. Not because you're in charge, Mars, but because I ingratiate myself wherever I need to be to save people. That's just what I do. Ren! Mars calls out to you sweetly. You know immediately that she wants something from you. I'm so swamped with work lately, she simpers, batting her eyes. She's really laying it on thick. I just have so many memos to draft and speeches to write, and I'm a very, very busy woman. Would you be a doll and help me out? Before you're able to respond, she pats your cheek fondly. I knew I could count on you, Ren. I need a right hand, and it just has to be you. She smiles. Besides, who else can I trust to know that I take my blep tea with extra sugar bug syrup? Yep, we can now do command things. And then she's complaining about the lack of entertainment. So we can now assist the governor. And we need to bring the Overseer's deal to Mars. And now you have access to the best persuasion training. Shame that the game is almost over. Yep. I mean, the last time I got the best persuasion training was because I had rebellion so low. But this time I had rebellion high because we were going to overthrow that asshole. Let's tell Mars what's going on with the Overseer. She's going to be shocked. Marv waves away her reports. Hey, Rin, what's up? Need something from Governor Mars? Let's start by telling her about Sim. You tell Mars about meeting Sim, a gardener, a member of real, actual sentient race sharing the planet with humans. After a second, though, you get the impression Mars isn't surprised at all. You trail off and Mars smiles. Uh-huh, we know, she says. What? Don't look so surprised. Did you think the council thought the animals were coming for us every glow because we smell bad? She giggles at your stunned face. Sorry I couldn't tell you, top secret colony business, but to be fair, you didn't tell me you were meeting an alien in secret this whole time. But you were saying you're actually friends with one of these aliens? She invites you to sit next to her. Honestly, we don't even know anything about them except that they have to exist. Otherwise, we wouldn't be getting attacked every year. What are they like? Tell me everything. Well, it's time to tell her about the Overseer's offer. Well, I would assume so, Plague. It would make sense that they would turn help the governor into be the governor if you became the governor, but that's my social run in the future, not today's. Mars listens intently as you outline the Overseer's deal. She rubs her forehead. This is huge, Rin. It might be the only chance with peace for these gardeners that we'll ever have. But how am I supposed to convince people to surrender to something we don't even fully understand? If we can't go anywhere except this valley, how are we ever going to grow as a people? In a few generations, our technology is going to break down and we'll be scratching in the dirt like animals. We'll have to come up with a new way to live. I mean, this is the point where we can be optimistic, or we can be like, the deal sucks, honestly, and I don't know how to renegotiate this. Congrats, Broccoli. I wasn't a persuasion person enough to become governor, so I decided to be Mars's, you know, bodyguard. What do we think? Optimism or pessimism? What do we think, guys? Optimistic? Yeah. We'll come up with a new way to live, Mars. It'll be fine. Mars sighs and is silent for a long time. You said they'll send someone to negotiate during Glow? She says finally. Well, I guess we'll be ready. Thanks, Rin. Of course. It's, for the best. Please tell me we can get away for a romantic getaway. Nope. Dis is standing at the edge of the wilderness, looking back at the colony with a wistful look. I hope Tammy's kid will be okay, he says. She didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, she's human, but that doesn't mean she has to carry the burden of all our sins, right? Maybe things will be different when she's older. Maybe we'll be better. Well, we've given Dis a little bit of hope. Babe. Babe. I should probably correct the, not having maxed out friendship. Here, have a pretty crystal. Now we are back to 100. You're welcome. Alright. Cal. Cal is patiently walking through the garden hand in hand with Echinacea, Tammy's daughter. What's that? He says, pointing to a Dorbs moth fluttering by. Can you say Dorbs moth? Dorbs moth. Echinacea makes a noise that sounds like bop, bop, bop. And Cal cheers. That's right. Who's Daddy's smart little girl? He looks up and sees you watching and blushes red. Oh, I mean, hey, Rin. He's Devers. What's going on? He's so adorable. Dad. Yeah, the wild, dangerous aliens of the, you know, float cows. So dangerous, so wild. Terrible. Hey, Mom. No, don't need anything. I just wanted to say hi, Mom. You're amazing. I hope you're proud of me. I just, overthrew a tyrant. Optimistic. At the last glow, I would suggest resting so you can power through any checks if necessary with stress. I mean, my stress is currently 0. But sure, I can do that. What do we do this month, though? Bravery's maxed. Creativity's close. Toughness is close-ish. I kinda, well, we can work in the cafe, which is empathy and creativity, which is better than helping in the kitchens. So let's just be the person everyone talks to, because this will help us with our job with Mars. I'm gonna work in the cafe, you guys. Go work in construction? You want me to go work in construction because you want me to go spend time with Rex? Okay. Just this once, Plague. We'll work in construction. After Chief Administrator Seek, the unofficial heads of the construction crew are Aluminum and Burnish. I love Bernie and Al. Al and Bernie. Pretty sure that this is a reference. Mars's dads. You don't know them very well, but they're great supervisors. Honest, friendly, straightforward guys with wide shoulders, strong backs, and soft hearts. They're really nothing like Mars at all. How did that happen? You're working with them while they tear down the internal walls of the heliopods, scoring edges carefully with plas cutters and then using sledgehammers to knock great sheets of metal free. I'm not going to ask these dumb questions. They're dumb questions. We know that we need them for construction. We cannot mine more metal. We don't really have the gear for it. We can't nanoprint what we need because that is limited. We're just going to help them work because we're not stupid. You learn a lot working with Al and Bernie. They look like big tough guys, but like most people in the colony, they really care about sustainability and doing the right thing. And they love to talk while they work, with no shortage of gossip about the other adults. Ah, there's where Mars gets it from. If you keep your ears open, you're going to learn more here than just how to smash stuff and nail it back together. Let's go. Ooh, this is locked. Well, it's not... It's fine. Yeah, I may have super gold that just a tiny bit hard. Oopsies. Well, my engineering is off the chart now. More friendship with Mars. Or Rex. Dur. Mid-dust turns to late dust, which is Cal's birthday. We're just gonna go get hugs. It's fine. They do rule. They're very nice dudes. Yeah, it's terrible to be wet when you wake up. Not much, Cal. Just chilling. Dad, you do realize that I'm in good with Governor Mars now, right? Like, Mom saying no about things is just not really relevant to me anymore? Sure, though. You know, she is still my mom. I love her very dearly. I am. I've had a growth spurt. Sorry, Mom. Hey, bae. Dis hikes a backpack up on his shoulders and looks wistfully out into the wilderness. Everyone's so afraid of what's out there, he says. Why? It's wonderful. I've never felt so free in my life. Hey, I'm with you on that one. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Hey, asshole. Your faction lost. Fuck off. Nem! Stratos for life, right? Hell yeah. Tangent. Anything on your mind? Yeah. Gotta keep those eyeballs from drying out. Sure. Nami! You fit in just fine now, Nami. You are a they-them monarch, and we adore you. I'm glad you're keeping busy, Tammy. Well, that's all the people I've talked to. I'm gonna go back to construction. That was fun. Let's do that again. I could buy cake. That's about it. I don't really want to buy cake, though. Construction hoe. Maxed. You work with Rex on the construction crew this month. His particular brand of enthusiasm is infectious. Every day feels like hanging out with your best friend. Well, I'm glad that I didn't have to speedrun it to beat you back, Plague. I'm glad that you got to see that I am hanging out with Rex in construction today. Rex is a hard worker when he wants to be. He has a lot of passion for building, and his eyes light up when he talks about how the colony is going to grow and change as it matures. He's really interested in how people use different spaces, and how the space itself can change their behavior. Seek sends you on an errand to pick up some mushwood scaffolding. Can't believe Seek asked us to go fetch these poles. Rex laughs, adjusting his grip on the end of the armful of poles. Get it? You groan audibly and wonder how he can make or tolerate such bad jokes about his own canine features. I'll take any excuse to make people laugh, he smiles. But what's really funny is, I've never even seen a real dog, and I probably never will. But before the Helio left Earth, I guess the big fashion craze was for people to splice animal traits in their genomes. He hums. If I'm the only dog boy, does that make me super fashionable? I think so. Although we have Utopia with cat paws, so. You get to the construction site and start setting up the area for the scaffold. The mushwood poles are strong and flexible, perfect for creating temporary supports, and light enough for 2 people to put them up quickly. You volunteer to be the planner, or the climber. We technically have both of these cards. But I think I'm gonna take planner. You draw out the plans and organize the poles and instruct Rex as he monkeys around up there and lashing them together. Rex takes direction well. You get the scaffolding built in less than a day. Rex beams up the scaffolding proudly. We make a good team. Hell yeah, we do, bestie. Let's get to work. This card becomes a 4. Fantastic. Yeah, I just kind of super gold that to heck. Oh, 2 away from maxing out engineering. Rude. Rude! Late dust turns to early wet. Hey, Mom. No, she doesn't care more about the fields than she cares about anything else. She just wants to make sure people eat. Yeah, Dad is incredible. Dad is absolutely incredible. Oh, poor Cal. He's so tired trying to keep everyone fed. You got this, buddy. Nami! Some things are universal. I have a present for you, though. Have a pretty crystal. I know, it's so great. My dear beloved boyfriend. Yep, it is even bigger than humanity. Governor, how's it going? Alright, Rex, what's going on? If you get a chance, check out the colony defenses. Should be pretty simple to do. I will. You swing by Rex's lounge for some much-needed rest and relaxation with your friends. Rex is there, as he usually is these days, slinging drinks and conversation behind the bar. Rin! He exclaims when he sees you, gesturing you to sit at the bar. I was just talking about you. You take a seat, and Rex pulls a few bottles down from the wall. Now that you're here, I get to unveil a new drink. I named it after you. He pours various liquids into a shaker, and a few minutes later, pours you a light blue drink that almost glows white in the bar's lights. You take a sip and almost immediately start sputtering. It's got a heck of a kick right off the top. Bracing is a good word for it. Strong, right? Rex laughs. I'd call it the Rin Punch. Get it? Rex, thank you. I'm honored. Oh, it's nothing, Rex says as he washes the shaker. I've been thinking about it for a while. You're one of my best friends. I'm honestly just, like, so happy I met you, and we became friends. Nami, who's sitting beside you at the bar, nursing their own drink, has an umbrella and a Watato skewer and little popping candies, clears their throat, and Rex laughs. I said one of my best friends. Jeez, can a guy have two best friends? Rex jumps the bar and swings his legs over. Why don't you stay a while, Rin? You've been working so hard. Let me help you relax. What do you want to do? Do we do karaoke? Do we do shots? Do we dance? Or do we play a board game because we're all nerds at heart? What do we do, guys? What do we do? You get ready. You get a really fun scene if you're dating him here. I bet, like Dr. Man, I'm sure there's some spiciness. But unfortunately, this is not the Date Rex run. If you would like to date Rex, the goodest boy in the colony, feel free to type !game in chat, click on the link, and go buy it for yourself, because I highly recommend. Or look it up on Steam, or just Google search it, I guess. We'll get you there eventually. Any of those options. Sing? Do all the options? Can I do all the options? I'm pretty sure this is like a choose an option and do, and then that's it. Guess we're doing karaoke. Don't expect me to sing on stream though. Not gonna. Depends on who you want to play with, I guess. Yes, great idea! Rex cheers and leads you over to the karaoke machine. Nami and Mars join you as soon as they realize what's going on. Those two can never resist a chance to show off. You sing a song with each of them and then go for your show-stopping solo, My Heart Flies Over the Resting Ridges. Always a crowd pleaser. That one. Rex holds up his lighter while Nami and Mars fake big theatrical sobs. It's a total blast. Oh, I guess I get to do them all. Cool. Never? Plague? You're never gonna get... Do I look like Fenren? Excuse me? No. You want singing? Go to Fenren's channel. She sings, and she's amazing at it, and I am none of those things. Absolutely not. Can't make me. We're doing shots next. We didn't need to be drunk for karaoke. Absolutely, Rex says. Shots, shots, shots! He goes back behind the bar and pours a line of 7 shots. Let's race. You start on that end, I'll start on this one. Ready? Go! You slam through the shots in record time, relying on your superior constitution to easily outpace Rex. You drink the middle mark first and stop, not wanting to be greedy. Ooh, Rex says, finishing the rest, and then putting his head down on the table. Okay, wow, remind me to make your drink stronger. I underestimated you. Afterwards, Rex says, what's next? Ooh, we can go early. Let's dance, babe. We'll put on our red shoes and dance the blues. Let's go. Rex grabs your hands. That's a great idea, he says, and leads you to the dance floor. It's usually empty this time of day, piped with fairly unobtrusive lounge music from the Hollow archives, but Rex fiddles with the sound system until something fun and danceable comes out. Come on, he says, starting to groove to the music. I love this song. You and Rex throw yourselves around the dance floor for a few songs. It doesn't matter that it's the middle of the day, or that you're the only ones dancing, or that you feel other people watching you with amusement. Honestly, it's just good to move your body around without caring about whether it's right or strong or smart. For a few blissful minutes, you're just two bodies moving through space. When you're done, Rex wipes his sweaty face and grins. Whew, he grasps. That got the old heart beating. What's next? Let's play a board game. Rex goes over to the game closet and stands there thoughtfully. What about this one? He says, pulling out a box. I don't think we've played it before. You settle down together to play the game. Mars joins you. Oh, this one, she says. I've played it before. It's a game about Earth, like owning property and making people pay rent for staying there, and eventually making them so poor they can't keep playing, and then you win. They're playing Monopoly, you guys. Rex looks at the box dubiously. What's rent? He asks, and Mars shrugs. You set up the game under Mars's guidance and play a few rounds. After a while, it's clear that Mars is the only one with any sort of killer instinct. You and Rex just let the others stay for free on your property. After a while, Mars complains that you're not playing the game right, and she leaves in a huff. Rex packs up the board game with a sheepish smile. I guess we all win? He says. What do you want to do now? I'm done. I had a great time, thanks, Rex. Yeah, Monopoly, the friendship ender. One of two. There are two board games in this world that will end friendships if you play them correctly. The first one of them, and the most famous of them, is Monopoly, where you become capitalist scum and basically destroy your friends. The second one is Risk, where you become a warmongering piece of scum and you try to take over the world. I have played both of these games through the entirety of my childhood, and they are friendship enders. Period. The end. Because only one person can ever win. You must be as cutthroat as possible, and if you are doing it correctly, you are destroying your friends. Trivial Pursuit depends, Trav. People who are highly competitive and don't like losing when they don't know something or feeling stupid about it tend to lose friends in Trivial Pursuit because they just cannot be happy for their friend who knew something they didn't or remembered something quick enough or whatever. However, there are people who actually bond over Trivial Pursuit, which is wild to me because I've seen the other way around, but there are people who actively think that it's fun to win and lose at Trivial Pursuit. So your mileage may vary there, which is why Monopoly and Risk are the two that always lose friendships, and Trivial Pursuit only about, I want to say, 60% of the time. He's such a charmer. Also, the only time I've ever been drunk, I played Risk, and I was a ruthless bastard. Yeah, Plague, and I'm sure you walked away with one less friend that day. Or when the card is wrong. And oh yes, I've had that happen. Yep, there are misprinted cards or wrong cards. Well, I'm sorry that your internet is bad, Broccoli. We will miss you. We hope you are well. All right, well, I had a great time, Rex. Thank you. I'm glad, Rex says and wraps you in a big hug. I'm serious. You're like the best part of this whole colony. I don't know why you picked me, but I'm happy you did. He walks you to the door of the bar and waves as you depart. Hell yeah. If we're stressed out, Rex's hug gets even better. Doubles in size. Well, we've maxed out Rex, so the only two people I haven't maxed out is Nami and Vase. And, well, you know how I feel about at least one of them. Tammy! Oh, Tammy, it's gonna be okay. Mars is in charge now. She's gonna make sure that you and Echinacea are happy and healthy and for many years to come. Oh, Tange, you need to stop working so hard. Have regular sleep every night, even if it's just like a couple of hours, please. the 3-hour plan that you had as a younger teen was really great for you. Hey, jerk, quit standing next to Nem. Nem! Hell yeah, girl. Alright, I'm gonna go work in construction again. One less friend and a victory, baby! Nami and Vase are the hardest people to level friendship with, so I get it. I think you just, like, if you max out, or you get high enough creativity so that you can just, like, give gifts constantly, I think that's the way you do it. And then you have to pick the things that also get friendship with them, and then, you know, it's not that hard. It's just I did not prioritize either of them this run, or last run, for that matter. But I have actually made better friends with Nami than I did last time. So, you know, it's a work in progress, but we're gonna go work in construction. Because I feels like it. And you can't stop me. I get to press the buttons. I press the buttons here. Nah, 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 nah. This week you're learning how to use a powered exosuit that allows you to lift heavy things yourself. The suits are slow moving and have a lot of blind spots, so you're supposed to work with a buddy who clears the path and directs you. Rex directs you to move a heavy box, then turns around to adjust something. Oh. Oh no. You definitely overextended your reach on this thing. You can feel the panic in the pit of your stomach as the exosuit creaks forward, pulling you off balance and... towards Rex! Time slows to a crawl. The shadow of the crate falls over his fragile, unsuspecting form. The crate you're carrying weighs several tons. Rex is surrounded by delicate machinery. What do you do? We have the toughness. We're just gonna regain control. We got this. In a feat of nearly impossible strength, you wrench the power armor back from the brink of failure. It whirs angrily, catching Rex's attention. He turns around and his eyes go wide. Whew! You doing okay up there? He calls up to you with a smile. He has no idea how close he came to death. Why would I stop you from doing my favorite job? I have no idea, Plague. I have none whatsoever, but, like, you know, if you tried. Okay. Well, this and this. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna do a little bit of this. Yeah. Then we're gonna do this. And we're gonna do this. And it's just like a super easy super goal. Yeah. And we max out engineering. And we get closer to a toughness max. And we move on with our day. Early wet becomes mid-wet, the only time of year that I am ever nice to Vase. I can equip additional gear. Yay! So my Unisaur comes back. Or, arguably, the Sun Medallion. To make it even easier. Or I could get better combat. More empathy. Nah. I like the Unisaur. We're all pets build. Let's go. You can't stop me. Mars is staring at her holoscreen. Okay, so there's like a lot more to being governor than I thought, she admits quietly. But it's really good work. Rin, like, I can finally make a difference. She frowns. There's just a lot more spreadsheets than I thought there would be. Yeah, no, I hear you. There's a lot of spreadsheet action going on. We are maxed friendship, but I still want hugs. Tam! Tammy! It's gonna be okay, Tammy. We got you. It's gonna be okay. Tangent, you good? You really gotta do sleep on the reg tangent. Like, seriously. Nem, how's it going? Yeah, I got your back. Hey asshole. Have some frickin' cake today. Yeah, it's a birthday cake. You are a child. Get over yourself. Nani! I know, but you fit in here now. You're one of us. It's fine, Nami. Hello, beautiful. Aw, look at him. He's being so romantic. I mean, we are pretty. Look at us. We so pretty. We have kind of a patrician nose going on. It's pretty. Hey, let's get out of here. Sun Medallion is the play, I think. To be fair, I had 1.5 hours of sleep tonight and I don't have an augment. Or last night. Sorry, mistyped. Plague? Do I need to send you to bed? Do you need a nap? Should I insist? He's smiling. We love it when this boy smiles. We're going swimming. Yes. I've read this one before, so if you've not heard me read it before, feel free to type !YouTube in the chat and go check out the VODs for when I'm done streaming. Or, I mean, the link is already in chat right now, actually. You can just click on that. The YouTube link. Oh, I don't nap either, so I totally understand, Plague, but, like, maybe consider an early night, yeah? We are going to skinny dip and do naughty things in the water. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's my boy. Been that way. So let's go talk to Mom. Yep, I'm getting big, Mom. Nearly grown up. Dad? Dad! Whatever. It's not like you can stop me. Hey, Rin. Hey, Cal. Fatherhood looks good on him. Alright, we've maxed out engineering. I'm gonna go back to helping in the bar. I'm gonna work in the cafe. You report to the cafe for your first shift as barista, expecting to be shown how to do anything. What you're met with instead is a crowd of people who'd like their blep tea, and they'd like it now, please. You barely know how to pour water. This isn't going to go well. You get set up behind the bar and start taking orders. After a few false starts, you quickly figure out how to brew blep tea and pour the lightly fermented watado juice so it doesn't form a head. Foaming soy or float cow milk for the perfect lattes is still a disaster, though. Most people are understanding and are happy to order a different drink while you're learning, but by midday, you realize your tip jar is completely empty. The people want lattes. Well, time to take chances and make mistakes. Nice. I kind of wish this wasn't locked, but it will be there all 3 rounds, so it's fine. We'll do trip 6s, I think? No. We'll do that. It's still trip 6s, but it's fine. Okay. Hell yeah. Very nice, very nice. double 9s. Here's an 8. There we go. Super gold out the wazoo. Plus we get the rainbow flush thing going on. We got pairs and a straight from the fact that these are all wild values. So it's technically 876. 9876 no less, actually. And this is a wild value as well because it technically counts as a blue card. So it's a 109876. That's why I super gold a 30 to 64. Like, it's ridiculous. I love it. I love it. More creativity. That one's almost there. You scald some soy milk, but after a while you begin to get the hang of it. You start slinging lattes to the grateful caffeinated masses. Chief Engineer Instance comes by to see how you're doing, and you tell her that you're totally underwater. Weren't you supposed to get some kind of on-the-job training? For what? Instance laughs. It's pouring drinks, not genetic engineering. I told you you'd get the hang of it. She takes a sip of her blep tea. See, she says, anyone can do it, even you. You think she's trying to be encouraging, actually. And we got the creativity from that. New perk, who dis? 5% chance to gain 1 extra skill. Nice. Could have used that ages ago. It's fine. Not worried about it. You still worried, Tammy? Yeah, you're still worried. You're kind of stuck in the worry loop. But that's the life of a parent or an older sibling, as in my case. Inspiration will not come if you work harder, Tangent. I would suggest getting 3 hours of sleep a night, considering your augment. You'll be far more well-adjusted with that. Jerk. Go away. Hey, Nem. Governor Mars? Mars surveys the colony walls. I do hope it'll be enough, she says quietly. I just can't help but feel like we're capable of more. Well, you're in charge now, lady. Hugs, please. Hugs given. I meant to go look up our security rating. We have excellent supplies and a green security rating. We're at 110%, so pretty good here. Thank you, Vertumna. I promise I'll make this colony a place we can be proud of, Governor Mars. The gates, of course, will be closed during Glow. Current Council. Governor Marzipan. Chief Administrator Seek. Second in Command Cordonon. Security Chief Rhett. And Second Security Officer Nem. Our friends are already on the list. We have Chief Engineer Instance and Second Engineer Netsuki. Chief Engineer Flulu, our mom. And Second Cultivator Cal. Chief Steward Antecedent, Second Steward Marjoram, and Chief Surveyor Utopia, Second Surveyor Melatonin. So Uncle Tonin is back on surveying. Oh dear. At least he's not in charge. At least he's not in charge. Utopia has proven herself to be much better. Nami. You have the chance. You're one of us now, Nami. We've adopted you. What did you miss? Only me, babe. Only me. And I missed you too, by the way. I have never got defense to green except maybe for the vase run. Well, I did. And that's not even a vase run. Not sure if that's good or bad security rating. There's a lot of things you haven't done, but you've also dealt with monsters, which does add to it. Oh man, Mom's bad leg is acting up again. Poor Mom. Hey, Dad. I am doing my best not to ever take this life for granted, Dad, even though I keep redoing this life over and over again.
Yep, it's absolutely lunchtime for me too, Cal, but I will leave you and Tammy and Echinacea to eat together. You guys are so cute. Alright, okay. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Toughness. I'm gonna max out toughness. I don't need it, but I'm gonna max it out. I'm gonna go dig in the garden with Mom. Let's get back to our basics. Let's get back to the roots. We're just gonna shovel dirt like we ought to. Your mom loves to give long biology lectures while the two of you move dirt. We're very lucky that the Vertumnan soil more or less resembles Earth's already, she explains. It has a few harmful salts or heavy metals that would be poisonous to people, like many planets in the Sol system. Oh, it has few. It has few. There isn't a few of them. There is just few of them. Okay. Emphasis on the few. And most life on Vertumna is carbon-based, just like on Earth, and the atmosphere contains about the same breathable mix of nitrogen and oxygen, which is why we chose it. She frowns and leans on her shovel. But the soil is more acidic, more dense, and contains less calcium and nitrogen. Not quite right. Tell me more about the dirt, Mom. My biology's already maxed, but still. It's a great security rating. It means she's basically all good. Yeah. Your mom smiles while she works. Well, you know, we're mostly made of carbon, and we mostly breathe oxygen, but nitrogen, usually in the form of ammonia or nitrate, is another basic building block of our cells. It's in our DNA, RNA, and amino acids. She gestures to the sky. Vertumnal plants can absorb nitrogen from the air, but earth plants and humans can't. It needs to be fixed into the soil. That's usually done with bacteria called diazotropis, or Drophis, I should say, which takes atmospheric nitrogen and turns it into ammonia, which earth plants can absorb through their roots. The soil in Vertumna has plenty of phosphorus and potassium, but less nitrogen. We don't know why. Where are the diazotrophs? Why isn't the nitrogen left behind by decaying plants like it is on Earth? If you keep studying, maybe you can figure out someday? This is fascinating. Your mom hums. The Vertumnal soil also has high acidity, she explains. Its pH is around 3 or 4, making plant roots less efficient at absorbing nutrients. For example, corn and rice need a pH of 6. Even acid-tolerant blueberries need a pH of at least 4.5. We went through a lot of calcium carbonate when we were setting up the gardens, mostly from limestone. Limestone on Earth is made of coral or shellfish, but we haven't found any here yet. She wipes her brow. We have to use calcium oxide from the wood ash. It helps bring the pH up a little, making the soil more alkaline. I'm gonna learn all the things, you guys. Let's go. I don't need the biology, but I'm gonna learn all the things. Your mom says, did I ever tell you about everything we lost during the wormhole accident? I didn't want you to worry, but... In addition to a lot of our food supply, we also lost one very important geoponics cache, our compost. You look around. Big deal? Vertumna is covered with dirt. Our compost house precious diazotrophs and other bacteria, those tiny organisms that break down plant matter and pull nitrogen from the air into nutrients Earth plants can absorb. They don't exist here on Vertumna. Only a small amount of Earth soil survived, she sighs. Now we need to help those bacteria multiply and spread, converting all this useless red Vertumnal dirt into dark, nitrogen-rich soil that Earth plants like to grow in. So, that's what we're doing now. This is why the, shoveling the dirt task is still relevant. That's very interesting. Do. That was easy. I actually think I want to do this, though. Yeah. Even better. This game has such well thought out world building. It does. It really does. They really put some thoughts into it. Yay. It is now glow season. New perk, who dis? I don't need this anymore, but sure. Where do we want to relax? I could do geoponics. I could go... I think I want to go up on the walls with my boy. Did I miss collectible over here? No, I did not. Nobody's over here. Yeah, it is full of secrets and dangers, all right. But we know the true purpose of glow is for the world to rest. You're such a jerk. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't come to that, Nem. Absolutely. Crystal. Tange. You are not incorrect. Cal. It is amazing, yeah. Mom. I will take care of myself. I'm still gonna be a hero though, Mom. Sorry. Dad. Yeah, there's definitely a hum from the wormhole, among other places. Yeah, let's go hang out with my boy on the walls. Yep, we're almost to the end. The view from the wall during glow is absolutely breathtaking. The wormhole seems to smother the sky like a swirling jewel-toned bowl pressing down on the gloom. Everything in the wilderness is lit up and seems to breathe in and out with the planet, like one living creature made of stars. It's beautiful. You could almost forget how dangerous it is. Gut feeling can go away. I don't need cards to become 3s anymore. Knowing the attack is coming is, as always, comes in glow. As it always comes in glow, does nothing to calm your nerves. There's only so long you can handle doing nothing, pretending like everything is going to be fine. As the month draws longer, you find yourself almost compulsively walking the walls, scanning the tree line for the first signs of trouble. You're there when you see them. Dark on dark shapes coming out of the forest, perfectly silent. Here we go, you guys. You watch with the lookouts as more and more figures amass at the forest's edge. Minutes pass as the horde pushes into the firebreak, numbering at least, it must be in the thousands, more animals than you've seen in one place. The ground is choked with a teeming carpet of smaller creatures, darting in and among the legs of... No. Oh, no. The forest bends as a faceless emerges from its depths, followed by 2 more. The mood on the walls is discouraged. 1 faceless destroyed your colony. 2 faceless required an irresponsible number of explosives to take down. How are you supposed to handle 3? Wait, there's even more? A familiar being cuts through the horde and stands at the front like a general leading their army. Gardeners must come in all shapes and sizes, but you know this one from the hatred in their eyes. It's Noctilucent. Noctilucent steps forward. For millennia, I have been tasked with keeping this planet safe from invasive species. Extreme weather, plague, famine, the migration of predators, all tactics I have used to ensure an invasive species cannot find a foothold where they do not belong. Their command of the human language has vastly improved since you last saw them. The gardeners learn quickly. Controlling you by indirect means has proven ineffective, they say, glaring up at the row of horrified colonists atop the walls. I can no longer ignore the destruction you have caused and the threat you represent to the planetary ecosystem. However, Sim steps out of the tree line and stands beside Noctilucent. His eyes find yours unerringly across the firebreak. Some gardeners argue that you have the capacity for reason. Noctilucent continues. Noctilucent continues. So I have come to offer you an alternative. Your unconditional surrender. Noctilucent smirks up at you. Surrender is the correct word, is it not? Something your singular violent brains can understand? The terms are simple. Humanity will cease reproduction, cease expansion, and in return, will be allowed to live out your remaining lifespans within the bounds of your walls. Do you accept? Mars steps forward. She beckons you forward too. This is the moment you've been trying to make happen. Rin, there's no way people are going to accept never having children, she says. We'll just go extinct. Can't you make them give us a better deal? You look down at Noctilucent, a figure of malevolent patience across the firebreak. This might be the only chance you get. But you can try. The Overseer did not mention that the slow extinction of humanity was part of their deal. The other colonists would never accept something as drastic as forced sterilization, living like pets or curiosities in a zoo, dwindling into oblivion behind these walls. You couldn't even ask them to make that choice, which leaves you too. Well, chat, what do we think? Yeah, it's a horrible deal. We need a better deal. We absolutely need a better deal. That was not what the Overseer expressed to us. Because they were fine with us living in one place in a controlled manner. They didn't say that we had to slowly peter out to not continue ourselves generation after generation. That was not part of the original deal. So, we need a better deal. Noctilucent's patience is running out. Yeah, he just hates us. He's an asshole. I mean, granted, we have frustrated him. Every time he's tried to wipe us out, we have resisted, and he does not like this. He does not like winning, or he does not like losing, essentially. He's just a sore loser at the end of the day, but he's just a hateful asshole, so here we go. Noctilucent's patience is running out. Behind them, the amassed animal army lies in wait. The offer is already generous, they say. Do you think I consulted with the venomous slapfingers when they overhunted the abyssal driftworms? Or the creeping crossthorn vine when it choked the southern shoreline? No, they spit. I did what was needed to restore balance, as my gardener directive entails. Sim lays his hand on Noctilucent's arm. The humans can be reasoned with, he says firmly. Just hear them out, please. He turns to you. What do you propose, Rin? This is gonna be hard, but we're doing it. We're doing it, guys. Bonus to straights. We've got this. Okay. So what I want to do here is this, and this, and this, I think. It's a 35, which is a really great opener for a goal of 99. Because I get a straight 3 from that gets a +5 from the Ricky gear, a +3 from the battle condition, and it also becomes a 3 of a kind from the with a +3 from the Hop-Eye gear. So the fact that we have just a teensy bit of a flush is nice. Next. Okay. And this gives us all kinds of bonuses. Plus the rainbow flush. Yeah. We're getting there. This is gonna be easy peasy. Ooh. 10, 9, 8. I don't have a 7. It's kind of where we're at. Well, that was easy. No, I didn't invoke Murphy. Look at this. Look at this. I super gold a hard persuasion challenge with a natural persuasion of 45. Excuse me? Excuse me? He is doing exactly what he's designed for, the elimination of invasive species. But there's a difference between invasive species and sentient invasive species. Sentient invasive species you can sometimes reason with. We kicked Lum out of command. We can be reasoned with now. Noctilucent is the problem here. Anyway, we win. Persuasion, boom. I didn't say we weren't, Trav. You are well spoken for a pest, Noctilucent concludes. However, is humanity even capable of considering the survival of all creatures over their own, even if it means accepting limitations? Of course we are. Here we go. First collectible use is for free. Nice. We do have gem cards. So we can do this. And this. And I can do this. And this. For an opening of 40. Let's go. You guys have to have more faith in me, okay? Nope, no gem cards, but that is a wild, and this is 2. $34. Four of a kind and a straight. Rainbow flush and a flush 2. Yeah, this is fine. Does a super goal of a 78 be... Is that okay, you guys? Like, is that fine? Yeah. What, like it was hard? Win. My reasoning was less than 25. It was a 23. And now I have high scored myself. You argue that the success of the Vertumnum project in leaving Earth shows that you've learned from your mistakes. Maybe humanity as a whole wasn't able to change trajectory back on Earth, but the colony self-selected those that could. Noctilucent listens to all this, looking a little more convinced. Have you learned anything from living here, though? He asks. Can you even coexist with this planet's native wildlife? Of course. I have animals maxed. Like, are you kidding me? Okay, where are we at? I kind of want to keep those for later. So I am going to do this. And I am going to do this. And then I'm going to do this. And that's just an opener of a 31. And if I want to, I can do this and this and make it even better. Next round. I think we're going to go all yellow cards here. Any questions? I don't think so. Next round. All right. 9. 9. This gets a +3. Yeah, I'm thinking a super goal win of 62 here is easy peasy Japanesey. Like, have a little faith, you guys. I got this. We got some stress for it, but it's fine. Noctilucent seems impressed. You've learned all that in 10 years? Seems you aren't completely ignorant. Very well, they say, motioning for the army to stand down. You've argued your case and shown you can adapt to your surroundings. And the new terms are... The Overseer has agreed to grant the humans reproductive autonomy and limited expansion within your ecological niche, Noctilucent offers. Additionally, the gardens will ensure the continued health of this valley, fertile soil, clean water, favorable animal migration patterns, and so on. Behind you, the colonists are beginning to carefully come forward to listen, murmuring in wonder. To be clear, Noctilucent continues, there will be no hunting, clearing, mining, or expanding beyond the valley. Humanity must live in harmony with nature rather than attempt to control it, Noctilucent adds. You will come to understand that you do not stand above the needs of the planet. Highest score I ever got was 157. 'Twas Pog. Nice, Plague. Nice. Your mom comes up beside you and puts your hand on your shoulder. It's what we wanted the whole time, she says in disbelief. When we left Earth, this is everything we dreamed we could be. But the Helios arrived on a military mission, carrying their burdens from Earth, and may resent any deal with the gardeners. This decision may not be popular, but it will give humanity a chance at peace. A true peace. We agree to your terms. Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna not accept that. Like, the terms are now reasonable. Humanity gets their little spot on this world, and they get to live in peace for as many generations as they can continue for. This is opportunity, and if we prove ourselves, some of us may become gardeners and can integrate further in the planet. I'm just saying... This is the best ending I could have gotten, and it only took me my second run to do it. Let's go, you guys. Celebrate, celebrate, dance to the music. There's your singing, Plague. It's terrible. The animals surrounding the colony begin to filter back into the trees, disappearing into the gloom of the late glow wilderness. Your knees buckle. You feel like you could sleep for a week. All around you, you hear people crying, in relief maybe, or fear. Tears pour down your face unbidden as the colony comes out to clamor around you. Many are smiling, and some look numb and scared. Some look angry. It hasn't sunk in yet, even as you're hoisted onto someone's shoulders and paraded back into the colony. You did it. You won. The party continues well into the night, and for a few days after that as well, until the sun rises above the horizon once again. It begins to set in that the colony will never again see another monster attack or famine or plague. Most people think this sounds pretty good. The others are soundly overruled for now. As for you, now you can focus on just being your best self without worrying about day-to-day survival. That relief carries you through until quiet breaks on a new year. Your 20th birthday. When you don't run away into sunset after blowing up the colony. Yeah, we may have peaked into an alternative, becoming a gardener, by destroying everything that we grew up with. We peaked at it, but we did not. That is not the canon official second ending. So, for my second run, I did really well. I feel positive. This was good. You turn 20 amidst a time of tremendous joy and unity in the colony. You aren't a teenager anymore, so I guess that makes you an adult. Though in many ways, you've already been one for a long time. Such a long time. Oh my god. You step out into your balcony to greet the new day and start the rest of your life on Vertumna. The end. You reached your 20th birthday. Ooh, and we're hot too. Look at us. We're the sports ball hero. Because we played so much sports. We became what kombucha was. Sports have been a part of every human culture, and it's no different among the colonists of Vertumna. Watching people fight in ritualized combat scratches some sort of primeval itch that few understand. Thanks to your prowess and charisma on the field, sports ball becomes the de facto sport of Vertumna. You make sure every child wants to grow up to play it just like you, and eventually people begin to take it so seriously that, in your later years, the sports ball is used to settle grudges, and even acts as a marker for social status. No one would ever dream of running for governor if they don't have a positive association with sports ball. Yeah, I got the athlete ending. I think it's because I did sports ball the most out of any other job, and I don't mind. The Olympics mean so much in our real life for exactly this same reason, so I'm gonna invent a new sports ball variation, obviously, because my rebellion is so high. After a few decades of playing the same old game, you invent a new way to play that's even weirder and even more fun, involving a third goal and a net that moves up and down. They're still playing it when you retire after scoring the winning spike in the league finals. Of course, they trot you out 10 years later for an all-stars game. Sure, you twist your knee pretty badly. You just can't handle those moves anymore, but it's worth it to see the joy on the faces of everyone you love. They retire your jersey number in the rafters of the garrison beside Com's. See, we continued Com's legacy even while not being related to him. Yeah. We saved everyone we could, got a good ending, and split Vase and Nem up. Would have been nice to get Rex and Nami together, but not much we could have improved on. Yeah, this was an excellent run. I did a good job, and chat was integral to how well my decision-making was at some critical points. So thank you, chat, for everything. You guys are all wonderful friends. But what about... Dis is a hard person to love. But once he's let you in, he's by your side for life. Dis is instrumental in the colony's transition to gardener authority. Together, the two of you provide an example of fearless submission to the forces of nature. Dis actually talks to people about everything he's seen in the wild, the incredible and the horrifying, and champions the idea of being a part of it, not in control of it. The idea that peace with nature involves cooperation and compromise, not subjugation, is unpopular, but being unpopular has never stopped Dis before. Would have also been nice to get Dis and Tange back together, but that does take some work. Yeah, I'm not entirely certain how to get them on the same page. I'll have to keep exploring, but, you know. This is pretty good. Once you've put in the work to get past Dis's defenses, he proves to love you with the same single-minded obsessiveness with which he loves Vertumna. It's a little overwhelming at times, honestly. He's very intense, and after growing up an outcast, he can often seem dependent on your attention. You're one of the only people he's ever truly loved, and felt like he was loved in return. Deprived of it for so long, his hunger for it is bottomless to the point of self-destruction. It's something you keep revisiting during your relationship, but never to the point of breaking up. You are a bit of an odd bird yourself, and you have your own jagged edges that only Dis can soothe. After all, who else would believe that you're stuck in a time loop? Dis continues his work as an ambassador for gardenership for many decades, until one day, he announces that he's leaving. In recognition of his lifetime of service to the planet, the Overseer has extended an offer to make Dis a gardener. It's a bittersweet day for you, tempered only by the knowledge that he'll be in a better place and that he'll always be watching over you. Literally. He's made a lot of friends since his loner years, and his ascendance to gardenerhood is celebrated across the colony, even by Tangent, long having reconciled their differences. See, we did manage to get the twins back together. Just, you know, not the way we might have wanted. For years afterward, people report seeing strangely docile animals approach the colony, watch for a few hours, and then slip away into the forest. It's a comfort knowing Dis will always be out there somewhere. But what about... Strong and true, Nem sticks by your side, one of your most trusted friends. She may be friendly towards all, but few people really know her like you do. No one's quite sure whether to believe Noctilucent would really cease his attacks during Glow. But as the years pass and the colony breathes a collective sigh of relief, the garrison's resources eventually get siphoned away into other departments. Nem is downsized, becoming a reservist instead of staying on with the much smaller standing army that remains. One of her last acts before she retires is dismantling the walls she helped defend. She goes back to playing sports ball and finds her joy again, running teams for children just like her brother did. Little Nougat grows up idolizing Nem just like you both idolized Calm. Nem's relationship with Vase may have been brief, but it was formative. She doesn't throw herself into loving anyone that deeply again for a long time, instead focusing on her work. You're by her side during her misadventures in dating some of the other soldiers, and once, notably, Rex, howling with shared indignity and laughter with every awkward breakup. Nem lives a long, happy life, becoming something of a cool aunt figure to everyone who crosses her sports ball pitch. I actually think that's kind of lovely for her. I don't know who I would want her to settle down with, to be quite frank. I mean, if it's not us, then who could it possibly be? But as much as I wish we could have stopped her from dating Vase, I'm glad that we got to save her from it. He would have been terrible for her. Oh my god. But what about... Your friend Cal grew up, but he never lost his boyish charm. Thanks to the gardeners enticing nearby plants to grow heavy with fruit and nuts for the colony, Cal gets to do what he loves, getting dirty and growing things for fun. He never has to deal with the burden of providing for the colony as your parents did. The planet provides everything you need. Cal and Tammy formalize their relationship after a few years. Before the colony, they state their intentions to live together, loving and caring for each other as a family unit. It's a beautiful ceremony. Echinacea is the first of many children they raise together. Together they have a tidy little sum of children, and that's the only tidy thing about them. Their children grow up digging in the dirt, eating bugs, nearly getting mauled by farm equipment, and having a great time being kids. Cal dotes on every one of them and adores his partner, Tammy. Socks just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and it seems she might live to be hundreds of years old. With the colony at peace, Cal is able to convince Rhett to release Socks into the wild. After a tearful goodbye, you're there with Cal to see her off into her forever home where she belongs. Cal himself becomes an example for other colonists, becoming somewhat of a spiritual leader for those who accept their role under the gardeners. He lives a long and happy life, ages gracefully, and outlives you. Hell yeah. He deserved every bit of that. What about Chief Engineer Tangent? Has a nice ring to it. It always seems like Tangent's life was laid out for her. Work hard, discover amazing things, and eventually replace Instance as Chief Engineer. However, after only a year on the council, Tangent surprises everyone by stepping down. Instead, she contents herself with being a regular researcher, quietly pushing the boundaries of medical science and having a hand in every major discovery. She trains up new researchers in every discipline, passing on everything she learned from Instance and everything since. It's an unremarkable life for someone as impossibly promising as Tangent. But she seems happy. She smiles more often and has more time to spend with you, and gets more than enough sleep every night. Oh my god. In our relationship, we could not give this girl any happiness at all. Being her friend, she sleeps every night. The fuck, guys? I worshipped this queen, and this is what happens? Ayah. Ayah. Her love life remains fairly private, though she's not as frigid as she's always claimed. You hear from the colony gossips that she carries on with a string of casual relationships, mostly with other scientists, mostly women. No, she's terrible at relationships. She donates genetic material to a number of children, but doesn't choose to raise any of her own. She's quite picky about their genetic enhancements, obsessing over any markers of anxiety or depression that run in her family. But ultimately, her children grow up healthy and in loving families, far removed from Tange's own childhood. It's a bittersweet reminder for her. Unfortunately, even with genetic alteration, the human body was not made to withstand long periods without sleep, and Tangent's willful negligence in taking care of herself certainly doesn't help. She develops a heart condition in her early 60s that outpaces the healing capacity of the med beds, and it eventually takes her life. But she got to her 60s, so she probably made it to about 80. Ah, the indomitable Marzipan. That's Governor Marzipan to you. Mars learns from her flirtation with capitalism and, true to her word, abandons her plan to turn kudos into a true currency. She wants to raise everyone's standard of living together, not create a luxurious nouveau riche on Vertumna. Steering the colony under gardenership requires a calm hand. Mars initially chafes at the idea that she can't build the peaceful metropolis of her dreams. However, with much of the external pressure taken off the colony, Vertumna already is a paradise. Few people need to labor for sustenance anymore, so more can devote themselves to the arts. Just as Mars had hoped, peace brings an unprecedented time of cultural growth and eventually the luxury she craved. Just a little different than she imagined. I think it also might have some connection to how she was not burned out by the burden of saving humanity. Yeah, I mean, that does help, but still, Tange's... How to give her a good ending is difficult. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize that I was taking on the most difficult person in the entirety of the colony the first time round. As for her love life, Mars is never really one to settle down for the long term. She enjoys a string of lovers. Tangent, Utopia, Rex again, a number of people from the Heliopause. Everyone wants her. Nobody can cage her. Well, at least Tangent and Mars enjoy each other for a little bit. She does eventually have one child, just for the novelty. She enjoys being the center of attention while carrying a surrogate pregnancy, but enjoys being the child's wealthy, generous Auntie Marzipan even more. Vase is right there. Look, Plague, I have not friendshipped him nor romanced him, so I don't know. But like, out of the Stratos, I think Tangent is the hardest. Mars remains surrounded by as much luxury as one could expect on an exoplanet, and though she complains about wanting more, she never seems anything less than happy about her life. But what about your friend Tammy blossoms into a fine mother, not just her own children, but to every person in the colony who needs a mother's love. Cal and Tammy's commitment ceremony is the event of the decade, bedecked with flowers, streamers, and holographic images of unicorns and fairy tale castles. They stand before the colony with echinacea and profess their intentions to live together as a family unit. A foregone conclusion for most, as Tammy is already beginning to show her second pregnancy. The three, soon four, then many more of them are a symbol of hope for your growing colony. They live on a homestead near Geoponics, and their home is always filled with love and laughter. Tammy insists on cooking for you on your weekly family dinners, and she even begins to get pretty good at it. Quite without meaning to, Tammy becomes an advocate for the communal raising of children, just as you yourselves were raised. The more militant Helios resist, not wanting to associate with Stratos' hippie nonsense. But as the colony grows, so too does her influence over the next generation. Uncle Tonin couldn't be more proud of his daughter, or his score of grandchildren. He dotes on them relentlessly whenever he's home from expedition. Though Aunt Ann stays on as the chief steward well into her 90s, Tammy takes over the new creche and becomes something of a mythical figure in the colony. Auntie Tammy, in her own right. There's no child born who doesn't know the safety and warmth of Tammy's arms. And she definitely deserves every piece of that. Hell yeah. But what about your buddy Rex grows from good boy to good man? To man whore, I think. He continues to work hard on the bar, turning it into the place he always dreamed, where people can come and unwind from a long day, enjoy some libations, dance their butts off, and maybe even find love. He gets a reputation for being a matchmaker. In a small colony, there aren't a lot of romantic options, but Rex has an eye for figuring out who would be a good match together. Giving Rex a kiss for luck becomes a tradition amongst those looking for love. And if some people find something a little more temporary than love with Rex, well, that's their business. Rex just wants to have fun. Yes, broccoli. Not slut shaming, but slut celebrating. Rex just wants to have fun, and he doesn't discriminate. Saying he enjoys a string of lovers implies that he's consecutive in his affections. It's really more like a big puppy pile of lovers. Sometimes when he tells you about his not-so-romantic adventures, you have to beg him to stop just because it's too confusing. Rex insists it's not complicated at all, and it's kind of true. He's so easygoing that it just seems to work for him. He still loves the idea of having kids and contributes to a few of his own. He keeps up good relationships with his co-parents and spends lots of time with his children. In the colony, there's no stigma against single parenthood, and his children all grow up loving their great dad, even if he doesn't live with them. Rex always seems abundantly happy with his lot in life, like crashing on Vertumna was the best thing that ever happened to him. It's remarkable that the heliopause could have made someone like him, but you're glad it did. He slows down a little as time goes on, mellowing out and becoming more quiet in his self-confidence. He confides in you that his dog genes will probably mean that his life will be a little shorter than the average human's, but that he wouldn't trade any minute of it. Which is exactly the ending we got for him last time, so that works out. But what about symbiosis? The bridge between two people. Undying, never aging, ever patient Sim remains one of your closest confidants. For a few years, it's quite common to see gardeners move around the colony in various forms, teaching the humans about the history of Vertumna and how to live in harmony with the land. Sim is one of them, of course, and the only one who doesn't treat you like some kind of curiosity in a zoo. After a few years, the other gardeners leave humanity to figure things out on their own. Sim stays to act as an emissary and moves into the colony to live with you full time. You specifically. You move into a gardener-like abode where Sib can form a connection to the array, glowing pool and all. It's an odd roommate situation, prone to some sitcom-level hijinks as you work out the finer details of sharing your space with an alien, but your friendship helps him acclimate to living in the colony. Which is great, because for a lot of this, it's me, Dis, and Sim together. And then Dis goes on to become a gardener. So this all works out, really. You and Sim enjoy the bachelor life for a few years, becoming better friends through your many domestic miscommunications. He's a good roommate, though a little dense when it comes to picking up when you would like some private time, please, Sim. Though a few brave souls try, Sim never bonds with anyone in the colony in the romantic sense, but instead cultivates many new friendships. You think Sim enjoys living in the colony, but he never quite fits in. He reincarnates a few times into forms that look more human, but he also once famously returns to the colony as a swarm of hecklebees, just to prove a point about how the gardener consciousness transcends form. It's a bit unnerving, but that's Sim for you. Hey, but what about... Your parents get to see their pioneer dreams come true. With the forests bursting with food, they're both able to lay down the burden of feeding the entire colony. They still work in geoponics, but recreationally. Your dad cultivating dizzyweed and hops, your mom working on her personal garden of earth plants. Now that the gardeners are keeping an eye on the colony too, her earth plants flourish without threatening to take over the local flora. They live long, happy lives, and you eventually return them both to the soil they loved so much. They'll always be with you, in the ground you walk on, in the trees that give you shade, and in the cycle of the life that sustains you. But what about... Your hopeye is a good companion, but you're no replacement for its own species. When a herd of hopeye roam close enough to the colony, you release it back into the wild. And a few years later, you're greeted one morning by a whole litter of hopeye kittens outside your door, and Hopapalooza proudly showing off their family. But what about your Ricky grows to the size of a small dog to the size of a small bear, becoming more and more unwieldy and more terrifying to small children. Before the council can force you to do anything about your arachnid octopus friend, Ricky Ticky, just disappears. You look everywhere in the colony for it, but your answer comes from outside the wall, a new Ricky nursery tree. Soon, your colony is host to many curious Ricky pups who call your Ricky Ticky home. Because that's how that life cycle works. But what about... Your Unisar will seemingly live forever, just as cantankerous as she's always been. Almathea is bored in the colony, though, and ultimately, even though you've made great strides in taming her, you'll never domesticate her or her species. You decide it's best to release her into the wild. She deigns to give you a regal nuzzle before sprinting off into the swamps where you found her. Sadly, we never managed to finish Almathea's training. And in my later years, the days turn to months, eventually becoming years, then decades. Before you know it, you're old. And you live in harmony with nature. Living under the gardeners, lovingly tended like any other species in their garden, is like a paradise. The trees are heavy with fruit, the weather is mild, and the colony is unbothered by the larger xenofauna that once menaced the colony. You even see faceless ones sometimes, sitting in clearings like inert sentinels, their broad mossy bodies home to clusters of small animals. Over the years, a few dissenting groups refuse to believe that the entire planet is off limits to humans. In the spirit of human expansion, they break off from the colony in search of somewhere outside of gardener influence. Some returned, chastened, but others never do. Pruned, just like an invasive weed. Yeah, they're dumb. You do so well, in fact, that a gardener emissary comes to you with an offer. A second human territory. It's a show of trust, but also a chance to prove your worth by keeping down the population of a stubborn but delicious invasive mollusk. They've prepared a proto-colony and take 100 humans to begin their new lives as a seaside community. You're sad to see them go, but It's a great sign for the future of humanity on Vertumna. Vertumna is your home now, and you've made it a good one. You die at a ripe old age, surrounded by loved ones. In the moment of your death, as your brain cells fizzle out one by one and shut down forever, a vision swims in your mind's eye. Is that a person? They seem so familiar. You feel like you know them so well. Oh, it's you, only ancient. All arms are covered with so many data bands, so many lifetimes of knowledge. The ancient you speaks without moving all mouth, not in words, but in something like pictures. Still, you understand. They greet you with a love you can feel suffused through your soul. You did well, they say. It's not easy to make someone put aside their ego and surrender to a greater power. Humans have tried before, and it hasn't always been pretty. They rest their hands on your shoulder. I hope you can manage to do it again, because you're not done yet. I lived my best life, though. You have a chance to take another path, to change the way life turned out. They reach out a hand. Come with me. I know, I would have missed out so much, but I did leave it up to chat whether or not we did a second run. I am content with 2 runs for you. You did the most important stuff and saw what can be done given you a second chance. Yeah. Well, we're gonna go with them because that's how this game works. And here is the endings gallery. We got the athlete ending, the professor ending. We did the runaway ending as well. As you can see, there are many, many more endings to find. As for illustrations, there are still so many more illustrations to get. But I've seen a handful of them. As for backgrounds, I think we collected all of them. Let's double check. Nope, still missing a swamp one. Don't know what it is, but we're missing it. Everything else I grabbed. Cards, still haven't found them all. I mean, granted, some of this is I've just not bought all the equipment that you can get. But I also have not discovered every card in the entirety of the game. Some of them are locked behind various different things, but I have a fair few of them. And Chivos, well, here's what I've achieved. That was scary. The heliopause, what's out there? You are the champion. Wake up again. Ding, ding, ding. Ran away. Nem's loyalty, Cal's strength, Tangent's focus, Dis's secret, Mars's ambition, Tammy's care, Rex's hug. Have not gotten these 2. Sim's curiosity. We've done petting the pets. We have not gotten all of the friends, nor all of the pets. The princess and the bear, the chief surveyor, 2 engineering, hungry for more, his little tomato, who or what. Match breaker. Friendliest friend, high score. Against all odds, it's a coup, no rain today, and peace on Vertumna. So we've got much more Chivos to get. Thank you to everybody, but we've seen the full. I actually think I'm just gonna let the credits run. It's fine. But yes. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed this game. If you have not already bought the game for yourselves, you're missing out. So please, please, please do so. Here's the link in case you need it. If you've missed anything that I've done in the game, the YouTube link is already in the chat. Just scroll up a little bit. You'll find it. Blue Sky will tell you when I go live, of course, but I'm not ending today here. I have a game lined up for tomorrow. For when I finished this, I had that game lined up. I attempted to finish it last week before the holiday weekend, but it looks like we will be ending today instead. And not only that, We start the new game tomorrow. So, I will be playing a game called Sultan's Game tomorrow. You can look it up on Steam as you like. It is very similar to this game in that there are cards involved. There will be a lot of me reading. I will be doing less voice acting because this game definitely had like very good voice acting lines. The next game will be more a different perspective, I should say. And it's going to be a much more 18 plus game. You're already married at the start of the game. You can go to the brothel, those sorts of things. There's going to be death and sacrifice and all kinds of naughtiness going on for reasons. But yes, the Sultan's Game is what we're playing. Sultan's Game is what it's called. We're playing it next. I will have a link in the chat as my game tomorrow. But that's what's coming up. It is a single player game, just like this one. And it's going to be dark and delicious and a little bit Middle Eastern. A little bit different culture. A little bit different references. It's very much the 1001 Nights sort of style thing. But we'll see if we get any good ending. I play Cultist Simulators. That sounds right down my alley. Yeah. Indeed. There may be a little bit of a sale going on for Sultan's Game right now. It just came out. They've been doing updates. I have not played the game since the demo went down. So I played the demo of the Sultan's Game. I have waited till the game went out till the full game came out to play. So what I have experienced the demo, it will seem like I know what I'm doing. I do not know what I'm doing. There's so much that has been added to the game since the demo went live. So many changes that have happened. They are constantly improving because this game is actually done by a Chinese development company. The English translation of this game, which came stock with the demo and the current full game output, is being refined all the time. So as far as I am concerned, the translation is good enough to share with you guys, and I hope that you will enjoy it immensely. But we did get Rex here on the screen. We are missing, and Sim is here. We are missing Vase and we are missing Nami. That will have to be for my next run. But yeah, we've done it. We've done it. So yes. Cultist Simulator, I struggle with. I have played Cultist Simulator, not on stream, obviously. You will never see any Cultist Simulator on my channel, but I have played Cultist Simulator. It is hard. And some guy called Base 2, I guess, yeah. But yeah, we've got the majority of the cast here on the screen. The content warnings for this game are wild. There's character death, there's all kinds of stuff. And you can open these up and like get the specifics. Like the whole kit and caboodle is all here. So I like that this game came with content warnings. My next game does not come with content warnings, but that's okay. Yes, Plague, it is a skill issue. It's like I'm not that great at games. I can get into a sustained cycle. I cannot get past the sustained cycle to get to anything interesting. So it's rough. Yeah, exactly, Trav. I have the same problem. Like, I need a spreadsheet just to track shit for that game, and I just don't have... I don't have the capacity. Like, I feel like Cultist Simulator really needs to be, like, a group effort game. Oh, we've got an ad starting in about a minute, you guys. I've been pushing it off just so that I could get my last final thoughts about this game. I mean, I could stop my stream right now, but it's a little early. if you wanted, chat, I don't know, I could give you guys a sneak peek of Sultan's game. I could do it. I maxed the basic stats, I just never got more exotic than that. Same, Trav. I cannot get into any of the interesting stuff just because it's so hard to set up in such a way there where you are stable. And by the time you get stable, you just can't, like, collect the things you need to push forward. Yeah, it's too hard. I feel bad every time I have to, like, sacrifice somebody. Broccoli wants the sneak peek. Okay. Okay. Well, you can do the sneak peek. Alright, well, I will be right back with the sneaky peeky. Let's go. Here it comes. Can already hear the new music. Just one more second, you guys. This is Sultan's game. Yeah. Any bad luck, any mistimed anything in Cultist Simulator, and you just are on the downward spiral of death. I mean, it is Plague. That's precisely how it makes me feel. Cultist Simulator is crazy. Here is Sultan's game. Dear players, in this game we have deliberately blurred cultural symbols and artistic influences using pseudonyms and metaphors to seat this story in a timeline distinct from historical reality. AKA, this is a fantasy game. Thank you for understanding it and your interest in Sultan's game. The game has now officially launched. We will continue with updates and debugging based on any feedback. If you encounter any bugs or have suggestions, please go to their Discord and through their online feedback form. Our translation of English text, comprising roughly 1 million plus words, is also undergoing continuous refinement to deliver an engaging experience. Once you are welcome to join our Discord or contact us via the form above to report any translation errors, and we hope you enjoy Sultan's game. Their development team has worked really hard on this game. Really, really hard. What's in the archive for me? Nothing, because I have done nothing in this version of the game. The demo, you didn't get to keep anything from the demo because the versions of the game were too distinct. So all of the saved progress I had from the demo is gone. It's wiped. This is brand new. I have nothing. I have nothing. I have done nothing. None of these. None of them at all. You gain points in 1001 Nights by completing stories. So here's a sneak peek. The first one being complete the Sultan's game once. 1 million words. Yeah, we are on Disco Elysium shit. We are. Yes, yes, absolutely. But there's a lot of things to do that gets you these points. And once you have these points, you spend them in Fate's Ledger to upgrade your cards. Everything that happens, all the weal and woe, shall be your chips to tip the scale of fate. Fate points. Fate points can claim boons that may guide you closer to the secrets hidden within the tale. Resolve solitude cards in-game or complete stories in 1001 Nights to gain fate points. You need to activate a boon to use it during your journeys. Boons are automatically activated upon purchase. You can only activate or deactivate boons when you start a new game. Once a story is in progress, the threads of fate can no longer be tampered with. So you can upgrade your cards. We play as Azu, although we will be renaming Azu, but we play, this is like his default name is Azu, who is married to our wife, Maggie. You always get these 2 cards in the game. And we will spend money and get interesting things, have servants and slaves, deal with the Sultan. The Sultan. Ooh, Secret Twins. That's a fun card. I want that. There's all kinds of things going on here. It's wild. What's the game's premise? I didn't really get it from the store page. The game's premise is, well, in the prologue you find out that the Sultan is bored. He has everything, he owns everything, he's bored. And a woman comes and offers him the game, the Sultan's game. And he plays the game. He defeats the game easily. He has everything he could possibly need, so he just goes through the game's cards easily, defeating every challenge before him, trivially. And at the end, the scraps of the cards are gathered again, shook in a bag, and the game starts anew. And he is delighted, because then he can go about and play again. But the game is sort of dark, evil, one could say, even. It is definitely not for the faint of heart. And on top of that, well, you end up speaking out, not wanting the Sultan to waste such resources, to sacrifice so many people, to defeat his foes and enhance his wealth anymore. That this game is crazy. This is horrible. And so he says, well, if you're so against it, why don't you play the game? If you win, if you complete the game, I'll stop playing it. And therefore, you, at the end of the prologue, end up playing the Sultan's game. It's crazy. It's gonna be fun. Thank you, Plague. I don't have any way of getting into doing audiobooks, but if the opportunity ever presented itself, I would be happy. I don't really have a place where you could commission me to read books for you either, but I have done, back in the very early days, basically choose your own adventure books. So, you know, there's the early playlists of that, if you're interested. But yes, the Sultan's game is dark and delicious and full of threat and problems, and we are going to die horrifically, and I will need everybody's help here to make it through the game. There are multiple endings, many secrets. We can overthrow the Sultan. We can try to escape with our wife and our family. We can play the game legitimately all the way through and try to win. It's a hell of a good time. The game is going to be very much about survival. We have many things that we can do. Every turn is going to be intense, and I hope that you guys will help me because I'm gonna need it. I'm going to need it. But, yeah, the moment I started playing the demo of this game, I got very excited. And then I wanted to play it on stream. And then it was coming out this year. So I waited till it came out fully so that I could share it all with you guys. And thankfully I didn't start playing it immediately because they bug fixed so many things just in the first couple of weeks. So I believe that we are on a stable version of the game. There will probably be updates coming. We'll see what hilarious translation errors we can run into, but so far, like, at least the demo was fairly reasonable to get through and very rarely was not translated into English. So we'll see how it turns out when we get into the full game. I'm excited. You have no idea how excited I am. I've been waiting just like so excitedly for this game to share with you guys, because like I have found, even playing the demo by myself, that I desperately need more brains than my own to get through any run in this game. I could play forever. I really could. And still probably lose. So it's going to be rough and tumble because we've not unlocked anything in Fate's Ledger yet, but it's going to be really awesome. I'm excited. It's gonna be so good. Anyway, this is the sneak preview. I was a teenage exocolonist. I absolutely wholeheartedly recommend. I will be recommending it to anyone and everyone because it was a beautiful, brilliant game. The art was good, the music was good, the writing was fantastic, the characters are absolutely amazing. Sultan's game, we're gonna go in a completely different direction and do even crazier shit. So happy. So happy. So I hope you guys will join me again tomorrow when we get into Sultan's game instead of I was a teenage cultivator, exocolonist. Sorry, I was a teenage exocolonist. But this is where we end stream. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm Mayrin Althea Tover, aka May, and I stream Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern US time. If that is not your time zone, please give me a follow, either here or on Blue Sky. And if you put on notifications, one or the other or both, you will know precisely when I go live and can run over and see more of what I am playing, which beginning tomorrow will be Sultan's game. I hope that you guys all have had a fantastic time today, and I hope that you will join me again tomorrow. I also have a YouTube channel, so if you missed any or all of I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, the full VOD will go live by the end of today. So please, please, please jump over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, put on the bell notification if you want to know when that VOD goes live. But it will be in a handy dandy playlist in case you need to start from the beginning. You'll find it easily on my front page. Feel free to enjoy any and all of the playlists. If they're out of order, come yell at me either on Blue Sky or over in chat, and I will fix it for you, I promise. But the VODs all go up on YouTube as my way of giving back to all of you for whenever I'm not live or whenever you just need the company and you appreciate my voice as part of that. It's really just for you guys. But I do raid my friends because we believe in community and we are all in this Twitch community together. So this is my raid message. I use it. You can use it too. It is a copy pasta situation. The thing is about it is that it's basic. So if you want to spice it up with your own love heart and raid emojis, feel free. I go for it. Have fun. I'm happy to support your people as well. Psycho Phoenix is a dear friend of mine. She streams Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I believe. She's British, she's hilarious, she's sassy, and she goes by PP. So we're gonna go watch her play Dead by Daylight. She's a variety streamer in that she plays a variety stream every stream, a variety of games every stream. I'm a variety streamer in that I stream a variety of games over time. But she's playing with friends today, so let's go say hi over there and give them all the love from me and from you and have some fun. So thank you guys for joining me today. I have had a fantastical, amazing time with you. I'm back again tomorrow with some Sultan's game, which will be intriguing, and I hope that I see all of you then as well. So take care, you guys, and we raid in 3, 2, 1. Bye.